What's up, guys? Bryan Lebo here with your July Las Vegas market update video. Now, while the market is finally starting to show some signs of cooling off, it's like our weather right now. A 100-degree day sure sounds better than 115, but 100 degrees is still hot as hell. So today we're going to delve into our normal metrics, and then I'm going to spend a moment discussing some of the shady tactics that some of these new home builders are starting to pull on unsuspecting buyers, such as not building the homes as they contractually agreed to. So without further ado, let's get right to it. First up, our last month's sales. Last month, we sold 3,375 homes. Now that likely means absolutely nothing to you, right? Comparing to last year is going to be worthless, since this time last year, we were just coming out of a quarantine. So yeah, technically it's a 53% increase. But like I just said, that's an absurd way to look at this. What's more relevant is looking back at sales for 2019. 2 years ago, we sold 2,662 homes. Translation, 27% increase in sales. That's an insane number and makes for the second best sales month this entire year. Suffice to say, sales are strong. Okay, next up are median home prices. As you can see now on the screen, we ended the month with a median sales price of $396,000. This was a 3% increase over the previous month. To put this into perspective, this was a 22% increase over median price this same time last year. So yeah, the market is still very much on fire. All right, now let's check out inventory levels. Now, the good news is that inventory is actually trending up. We ended the month with just under 2,500 homes on the market. This was a 10% increase over May's numbers. This also marks 3 straight months of increasing inventory. The reality, however, is that we only added 300 homes last month. So while the percentage is relatively impressive, the actual numbers are dismal. Again, trending in the right direction, but at this rate, we need like 2 more years of increases to equalize supply and demand. Okay, now let's check out our newest metric, which is housing absorption. This illustrates how competitive certain price ranges are performing. First, let's check out homes priced under $250,000. While nothing to brag about, the absorption level dropped 1% down to 73%. This is the most competitive price range since there's very few single-family homes priced this low anymore. For perspective, when I started tracking this metric last June, there was 1,300 homes priced under $250,000. Cut to today, that number is only 283. Yikes. Okay, next up is the biggest price segment, which is $250,000 to $500,000. We dropped from 72% down to only 66%. That's a pretty large drop. Next is $500,000 to $750,000. This too dropped 6%, from 56 down to 50. Then we have $750,000 to $1 million. This surprisingly increased from 50 to 53%. Now let's discuss luxury, because this gets really interesting. $1 million to $1.5 million. I had to run these numbers a couple times because, we dropped from 49% down to 34%. That's a massive 15% drop in saturation. I haven't seen anything remotely like this in an entire year. Following suit are ultra luxury homes priced over $1.5 million. This dropped from 28% down to 22%. The big question here is, what in the hell just happened to $1 million homes? From what I can see, this is one of the most egregious price points, especially in upscale areas like Summerlin. This is something that I've been warning you guys about for years. I'm seeing a glut of homes so absurdly priced that they're making other absurdly priced homes blush. Now, check this one out, for instance. This 2,100 square foot single story home in Summerlin is only 1 year old. Pretty nice, right? They got that crispy new carpet in the bedroom. They got blinds everywhere. That lonely little standalone bathtub gently nestled between more blinds. Out back, there's no pool or spa, but wait, you've got some lovely landscaping and hey, a 20-foot high wall to practice your rappelling skills if you can't make it out to Red Rock Canyon. So what do you think this home is worth? 600, 700, 900? No way. This is going for $1.1 million, $1,145,000. How and why did this happen? Because 2 months ago, some other fool paid $1.2 million for a home this same size but with a pool. Not to mention, that previous homeowner only paid $616,000 just 1 year before. So yeah, there's instances where this market is completely and utterly absurd. I literally just got a buyer a similar 2,000 square foot single story home in Summerlin in a gated community of only single story homes. It's in a better location and it only costs $500,000. I'm helping them remodel and the entire remodel will cost about $75,000. Once it's done, it's going to rival this home for $1.1 million, but for half the price. The problem is that new homes can charge whatever the hell the builder wants to charge. The price is simply the price. But when you put that home on the market the very next day, it's now a used home. Those buyers are now comparing your used home to all the other used homes. This really levels the playing field. So moral of the story, if and when there's a correction in the market, all of these absurdly priced new homes and newer resale homes are going to have a day of reckoning not seen in quite some time. Okay, last but not least, while we're talking about new homes, let's talk about some of the BS some of these builders are now starting to pull. In February, I had a buyer purchase a new home with a national home builder whose name, I'm not going to say in this video. Now they're actually beginning construction. The builder just came back to us and refused to build the home with a radiant roof barrier. Long story short, these roof barriers save you about 15% on your energy bill. The builder's claiming that they cannot source the material. However, after I called 4 roofing companies and did a brief online shopping session, I discovered that they're actually readily available. Like with most products, the prices have simply increased. Well, the builder's refusing to build the home as we contractually agreed to. Many builders are starting to cut corners in an effort to be more profitable, and then they're just simply blaming it on COVID. Meanwhile, they've been raising prices exceedingly more than the higher cost of these materials. Now, depending on the end result, I might do a more in-depth video illustrating these shady tactics. It's a shame because the builders have these buyers by the cojones, and they know it. No buyer wants to back out in this kind of a market. If they do, they risk losing their earnest money and will certainly pay more for a comparable home now that it's been almost 6 months since they went into contract. So yeah, be careful out there with new construction. Nobody is going to tell you up front which builders are cutting corners and which ones are being more reputable. So let's wrap this up and make some sense out of all this madness. Sales went through the roof, pricing is still increasing along with inventory. However, homes are slowly starting to sit on the market a bit longer, but very much dependent on the price range. So what does this all mean? From the ground level, I've noticed homes starting to sit longer with less multiple offers than it has been in previous months. Don't get me wrong, it's still brutal out there, but I'm starting to finally see some price resistance as these increases sometimes are just completely unjustifiable. I think we're finally starting to see the market begin to equalize as demand is starting to wane down in response to these adjusted higher pricing. My hope is that pricing starts to level out here as we close out this year. The more prices level out and people withdraw these overpriced properties from the market, the greater chance of us avoiding a big correction in our market. So if you're thinking of selling, now is actually a great time before the summer ends and the market is still very hyperactive. If you're looking to purchase, make sure you have an honest and knowledgeable representation. I'm seeing a plethora of minefields out there, and I shake my head every time I see an out-of-state buyer jump both feet in and drastically overpay for some of these properties. Your agent truly matters. Most buyers simply don't know that they have more options than the realtor is telling them about. It's a lot easier for me to sell you a brand new home and just move on to the next client than it is for me to fight through these bidding wars and help you remodel your home at discounted prices. All right, well, that's it for this month. Thank you all for watching. Please be sure to smash the like button and please subscribe for the health of this channel. Have a great July, stay hydrated, and find some damn shade. See you guys all next month.